see if I can get a cup or something to pick that up. Excuse me, sir. Somebody left a drug needle outside.
Oh, okay. Where at?
It was literally right there.
Okay, let me.
I'll stand next to it.
Okay.
No. Normally I'd get a cup, but I was able to tell somebody what's up, and now I'm just making sure nobody fucks with the needle. So some people were letting me know about wolnez standing outside and where he was standing. I'm pretty sure they said he was on the other side, so I'm gonna go to my car and grab something, put that in just in case. Alright. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Malcolm. Yeah, I also found a needle right outside. I think from here on in, I'm just going to search out Malcolm because he seems to be the only upper echelon guy who will actually do something immediately. That's like the fourth, fifth needle I found here. Although realistically,
what that guy was digging for.
Maybe.
Was it the guy with a tattoo of a cross right here?
I don't know. He was bent over digging in the crack.
I think he had a tattoo on his face.
And a backpack that
He
has.
was screaming about some woman and something else. I was like, okay. And then he started digging in the cracks for something. In the crack of the sidewalk.
He was digging in the crack for his crack. That's in his needle.
Yeah, well, the needle's got the end bent over, which means he was done with it. Although it was on the opposite side of the side that you said wolnez was on, I think. Because he was on, the needle was on that side of the door?
He was on the further side, yeah.
Oh, well then he,
Yeah.
that door or this door?
This door.
Okay, then that
He
was
was like
his
in
needle.
between the two.
He was down by like right where the pumpkins used to be.
Yes, right there is exactly where he was. Dude screams at me that I'm a druggie, and he saw me doing blues, and then he's screaming at me, I don't touch that shit, I don't do drugs. I'm like, fuck, I got like 4 of your customers recorded admitting you sell drugs, and now you're dropping fucking needles over at the goddamn Safeway. I can't even say that. I'm not allowed to say that. I didn't see him put it there.
Nope.
I did see his fist coming at my head.
Prove it.
That's right.
Could have been any of them junkies dropped that needle.
That's right. It could have been the Duke. It could have been one of them other cowboys.
Exactly.
Don't be playing John Wayne.
It's John Wayne.
Oh.
Isn't that what it was from Shanghai Noon or whatever? With Jackie Chan?
I don't think I've watched it, but I don't remember enough of it.
But he decided to go by his real name at the end of the movie, John Wayne. That's a terrible cowboy name. Anyway, guess who came out and picked it up? It was Malcolm. I usually go in and ask for a cup because most people are not as interactive with removing the drugs from a given facility or given area. They're like, ew, I don't want to touch it. Like, isn't there a 900 number we can call? No, that 900 number only works for dead animals on the roadside. That's literally the only one. Maybe if you found a dead opossum
Or a
and you
big old
stuck it in the
elk.
opossum, well, that's right, you could stick it in an elk.
There's actually a deer pretty much smithereen. He's like ripped into pieces on the side of the road out on 101. I think he got hit in like the middle of his body. It looks like he's broke.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you see that? This morning?
No, when I was driving home the other day.
Really? I didn't see anything.
Should I use your pink thing? Okay, I'll use that one instead. Did the pink one die?
I think it's about to die.
Well, we who are about to die, salute you.
I think it is about to die.
Isn't that what a gladiator's supposed to say? Although I'm the world's shittiest gladiator, I don't fucking swing back.
Yeah, it is.
I don't work here, I'm just accosting them.
Well, that's good. I sent my uncle up here. He lives down the street down here. I'll send him up here and harass you guys.
All right. We
I haven't
harass
seen him
back.
in the last 15 years, so he may not even be around anymore. He was old back then.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I had to say about my grandma, but it turns out she still thought she was 16. She said everything she wanted was legal at 16. She wanted to be a NASCAR driver. When I tell people I drive like a grandma, don't drive like my grandma.
Your grandma was a speed demon.
Oh yeah. She didn't have a lead foot, she had a gold foot. For such a tiny lady too. She'd have been an excellent NASCAR driver. She weighed maybe 85 pounds. She was a very small woman. Well, maybe 95.
When she got out of the shower, it was wet.
Yeah. But she could go faster than Dale Earnhardt Jr. just because she weighed less than him. If they really wanted to make it fair, they'd weigh the driver right before the race, and the heaviest driver, they'd put a bunch of lead weights so everybody weighed the same.
Yep.
I mean, America, damn it.
Oh, man.
It's when you just cut a hole in your seat, so you just take a shit as you're going.
See, I really thought about doing that. I found out that the United States has 2 fighter jets with shitters in them. I thought to myself, how the hell are you going to be able to use that with a flight suit? They don't. So why do they have it? The Russians did the same thing, but they were smart enough to put a butt flap on their flight suits.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to go in there with no sconies on. Like your underwear on, getting shit through your pants.
Yep. Well, that's why you wear cheesecloth underwear. It helps
So it
to break
just-
it up going through.
Kind of squeezes through.
Yep. And just don't confuse it for chocolate noodles.
Ew.
Ew. You did not just go there. She's coming out to tell me the macaroni and cheese is ready.
About goddamn time.
I found another damn needle this morning.
I'll bring you some homegrown tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Monday.
It would have been anybody else wanting that macaroni and cheese. I would have told them, have a fuck plate.
Did I
I'm in the
call
middle
it?
of doing something else. I'll get to it when I get to it. No, but it's done. I just now put it in the hot case. So.
All right.
No, actually, I'm not the coolest person in the world. No, ain't you? Joe is.
Joe's
you
pretty
are?
cool,
Joe,
but he doesn't smoke Camel, so
Joe.
he's not Joe Cool.
I told Joe when I was giving him that hug for meal, I said, this is a hug from Sean. So first he hugged me like he would hug me. I said, nope, it's from Sean. So he's like,
Yeah.
Do a tap.
it's gotta be a manly hug.
It does.
Gotta have a fist, pound the back.
Yo,
All right, I'm gonna go back in and write my order. See, that's how he first hugged me. See, he was like this. I said, this is from Sean. You don't want to hug him like that. That's dirty.
right. Well, I'm gonna go in and get my mac and cheese, but I'm gonna let her go in first so she doesn't think I'm stalking her or following her.
Hands hurt.
My right hand's the one with nerve damage, but it's also the side that I need to gain on. My left hand's the one that I lit on fire and still hasn't healed up.
I moved all kinds of logs yesterday with no gloves and it got all fuckered up. They offered me gloves and then I grabbed the gloves and they were all fucking holy and shit and they were all stuck together. I'm like, these are fucking garbage.
It's one of them gardening gloves. It's woven on the back, but on the front it's the plastic stuff.
Yeah.
It gets heated up and you're like,
Yeah, so dad like folded them together and stuck them up in the canopy of the tractor, so all the hot sun just fucking cooked them together. So I was like, God, these are fucking garbage. I get you of those.
well, congratulations. Now your hands are garbage, sir.
Yes. Fuck around, dude. We went through a lot of fucking wood though. By the time we got done, we had a pile of fucking coals this tall.
You know, I used to be a tree cutter for a living.
Yeah.
Oh, the majority of the time I wasn't cutting trees. I was either servicing the saws or doing all the lumping work. I loved it. There's nothing I love more than manual labor. until I hurt my back.
We had PUD come and cut down probably 10 trees for us over the summertime that were lining the road so that when the winter came, we wouldn't have ice in front of our house. So we had them cut down all those trees, so all those were over in that fucking pile. And then we lost probably 10 to 15 trees down by the river, so all those fuckers were up there too. We went about 2/3 of the pile, and we got about a third left.
Them river logs are real good for trying to keep the terrain from falling apart next to a river, but you can't set them in the river because it's toxic, which is stupid.
We had this group of 3 trees fall from across a creek, fell over, uprooted all the roots and shit. The root system on that thing's probably about 30 feet fucking tall. You like get down there like, damn!
Right?
Got a big ass boulder stuck in the roots and shit.
I didn't realize that there were redwoods as far north as Washington State. I thought that they went up to like maybe 20 or 30 miles up into Oregon here, and that was it. But they got them up in Hood River.
Well, you can plant them yourself too. My grandma, before she passed away, she planted a bunch of redwoods in her yard.
Like the sequoias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up there when I was in Hood River. I was asking about one of the trees there. They said, well, that's one of the survivors of the something canyon fire, and it burned up almost all of the redwoods in the area.
Damn.
That tree is probably 300 to 400 years old. It was only about that wide though.
There was a tree in California, a big old redwood, that got struck with lightning or some shit, and the whole middle of it burnt out. And me and my buddy tried to like link arms and crawl up the fucking thing. I guess my legs were a little bit stronger than his though. I smashed him against the tree. Oh, you ready? Yeah, let's go. I guess you weren't ready.
Oh. So
Well, it
on
would
the
have been
bright
cool as
side,
hell if we were able to climb up it, though.
I seen Andrew Wolnez well, I didn't see him. She let me know that he was outside, so just hover around the store. That's why I followed you guys out, just in case. But it was over, you see the little brick things on each side of the entrance?
Yeah.
On the right-hand side from the direction we're looking at, although we can't see the drive up through that. That's where I found the needle.
Yeah, that's where I saw the guy digging in the crack.
Was it a guy with a red beard?
He was all bent over. When I walked by, I just saw him digging in the crack, trying to get something out.
It's either John, who's one of Wolnez's customers, or it was Wolnez, I'm assuming.
I just don't know any other fucking names. I try to stay away from all those fucking people.
It'd be nice if I wasn't out on the
out of
street
trouble
stuck with
for
them.
fucking 14 years, so I'm trying to stay out.
I end up with just nonstop BS because of my friend Natalie getting killed.
I'm allergic to alcohol. I break out in handcuffs.
Yep, I quit drinking in 2001. I quit taking pills December 14th, 1997.
I got clean sober off of meth and coke 14 years ago. I quit drinking 10 years ago. And just started smoking pot 2 years ago.
I've never tried coke. I've tried meth, but I never got into it because it puts me to sleep.
I did it for like a summer, my junior summer, and then I stopped. I sobered up, graduated, and I got a job. Figured it was time to join real society.
Right? That's exactly what I did too. Unfortunately, I was in a small town where people were not helpful. They're the kind of people that tell you what to do, but think you're rich because they're farmers and they get subsidies.
Oh, it's like this place.
Yeah. Most of them youngins have been screaming the N-word at me. You couldn't afford their vehicles. You couldn't afford their lift kits.
No. Like I barely afford this thing.
Yeah, and that thing right there is not lifted fucking 10 feet off the ground either. It's not all sparkled up with lights, and you're not screaming the N-word out of the thing of people.
Well, I won't say that word. My daughter's half black.
Well, I won't tell anybody. That's one of the biggest things here.
Some people go, you're racist. No, I ain't racist. My daughter's half black, motherfucker.
Well, the one that gets me is
And
I
I
can't
hate
be
all
racist.
people.
I can't be racist. My best friend is black. I'm like, but nobody's ever met your best black friend, and your best black friend to this day doesn't have a name. Oh, it's Tyrone. How did I not guess that? Everyone has a black man who is their friend named Tyrone. So now I'm wondering to myself, where the fuck are all the Tyrones?
Except for me. I don't have any black friends.
Well, that sucks.
Except for Miranda.
She's black.
Yep.
She said she's half white. I told her, well, that's all white. You can't be white all the time.
Yeah, she's half white.
I got 2 lottery tickets. One of them that's a mega bucks and one of them that's a Powerball. And if either one of them's a winner, I'm making Miranda turn them in. I figure she's far enough distant that she can distribute the wealth. Besides that, I don't want anybody thinking I'm trying to butter up your biscuits. I'm an asshole to you people. I don't mean to be racist against white people. It's just like I grew up with black folks and Hispanic folks and Asian folks. And then all of a sudden I was in Chapel, Nebraska with a bunch of racist white folks that, what the hell? Oh, farm subsidies. But the farmers there don't get the same subsidies as they have here, because back there they get real redneck trucks, like a 1984 Ford.
A real redneck truck.
Yup. A real redneck friend who knows a thing or two about trucks and gets himself a Chevy. He's not an idiot. Because y'all know that some of your friends are going to buy Fords and you're going to have to pull them out of a ditch or tow them down the road.
Fuck over rebuilt Dodge.
Those things. Found on the road dead.
Fuck over rebuilt Dodge.
Of course, I'm still not going to say nothing naughty about the 1964 and a half Ford Mustang. I love turtles.
You ready, Jazzy?
Oh my God, I didn't realize she was in there. I'd have held my tongue a little bit.
really look at that. Thanks.
So you're an adult. She's not supposed to. Oh wait.
She's an adult.
Oh wait. Well, we're not supposed to listen to her then. Well, I'm not chasing you. I'm just going for mac and cheese. I might have kept what they got out. I really am craving the regular stuff, though.
That white cheddar mac is supposed to be.
Yes, it is. Okay. I'm not a size queen. I do it alone. All right, so everywhere I walk, my right shoe is one of the ones with air cushion on it, but it's got a hole in it. So since I'm walking around in the rain, my left foot, yep, part of the ship, part of the crew.
I think this shoe better now too, because it's starting to do that when it's wet out. It's starting to hurt a lot.
Well, now we're gonna have to go to the beach and get some clams and stuff like that to put in our hair.
I'm doing the same thing though. My shoes are doing that. The recording thing.
Here you go.
I think I got a fork.
Mary speak.
All right. I should probably get a new one, huh?
She kind of looks like Cynthia.
A little bit.
But I don't say that because I don't want all those people thinking that I think they all look the same. Yeah. Possibly is either a Sukhoi or possibly a Mirage. Looks like it was engaging in slight pursuit tactics. Well, it told my phone in the direction that it was in when the... Alright, so this here is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. The strike aircraft flew over the top of Tillamook in a straight line. While he was doing that at about probably 1,200 feet, I suppose, at most, 12 to 1,500, I suppose. He was flying this way, and the aircraft that looked like possibly a Mirage or possibly a Sukhoi was approaching from that direction right there. It was at an angle, very slight, trying to pull onto the tail of the Strike Eagle. I don't know why they'd be pulling maneuvers over Tillamook. And a Mirage is actually a French aircraft. We do have some Sukhois. We bought a bunch of them from, well, a few nations that are now part of NATO, former communist bloc nations. So we do have them. cigarette, I'm supposed.
Hey, good morning, John.
Good morning, Raymond. It's Sean, actually. I'm still breathing. I found somebody's drug needle this morning.
That's fucked up, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna ask you something. God bless you. God bless you, dude. I love you, John. I do. Go.
You're welcome, Mr. Raymond. I'd certainly do.
You rock, dude.
Nice. You got some new pants again.
I got all kinds of brand new stuff today.
Did you get a belt?
No belt.
I should try to find you one.
I know. Kind of badass. How you doing, John?
Oh, I am in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of pain. But on the bright side,
John.
what?
That's sad, John.
Well, I'm not going to blame you for it. You didn't do it to me. Just some cops are not good people. Then again, there's bad people of every color, every religion.
That's true. Let's see.
On the bright side, you didn't freeze to death last night.
I know. I'm sorry.
It was wet.
I'll be right back, John.
It's her. Them fighter jets were doing low speed maneuvering. I was fairly certain they're not supposed to do that over a civilian population. Of course, from 15 feet up, 1,500 feet up, everything's fucking tiny. When my dad was trying to get his pilot's license in Washington State, he was taking one of his tests, and I got to go up with one of the helicopter pilots. And I want to say it was, at the time I didn't know shit about helicopters. I want to say it was likely a Jet Ranger helicopter, but I don't know for certain. But we were about 1,500 feet up in the air. And from 15 feet up in the air, a 10-story building looks like a fucking Lego. Seriously. Not just like a Lego, but like a Lego on the ground while you're standing straight up looking down at it. It's fucking tiny. Now when you stand next to a 10-story building and you look up, you realize that's an immense fucking structure. That's not something tiny. It was a lot louder than I'm used to, which is what brought me to its attention. I heard the almost sounds like a radar growl on one of those Sidewinder missiles. They also get them funky sparrows, and they'll growl too. You can tell when you got them locked on because you'll try to get them on with your peeper, sort of. But you get the radar lock, it starts growling at you. At first it starts going, and then like once you got a real good lock on it, it starts getting real loud at you. So a lot of the Vietnam pilots, they'd call it the growl, or the growler. And that was one of the nicknames they had for that particular system. But basically, it's similar to the Stinger missile system. And, you know, the Russians have their version, and we've got our version, and both of them do the same thing. They'll growl at you. Now them two jets flying overhead, I only heard the one of them. The Voltaire Mirage looking aircraft, I didn't hear it at all. I just happened to see it coming in on a pursuit. Obviously, they're practicing to fight some Russian airplanes. Or at least practicing maneuvers for air-to-air combat. This just ain't the right place to do it. They should be doing their practicing in Southern California. They've got the space for it. They've got the head space for it. And if you fucking crash, you're not going to be plowing that fucking airplane into a civilian population. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people in California, but there's also a lot of wide open spaces. A lot of dead space. They used to do a lot of that over at the top of Death Valley just in case of that. There's also a couple of different salt flats in the United States that have been utilized for that, just because they're so large. Seeing one of them jets is definitely cooler than finding a needle this morning, that's for sure. I did see John this morning when they said they saw somebody leaning over digging through the cracks. I figured it was either John or Wolnez. I guess John because I had seen John. And I guess Wolnez because somebody else told me that Wolnez was standing outside the door. So what I do, wandered around inside of the store until a couple of the employees came out, and I followed them out for my safety. Anyway, I think I'm gonna turn off the video for now. I'm getting real low on gas. I'm gonna have to go fly a sign. Usually I get one of them not chocolate maple bars, one of the maple long johns, but I'm trying to wean myself back onto chocolate. It makes me sick to my stomach, every time I taste chocolate. If it's good chocolate, all I can taste is the flavor of the pills I tried to kill myself with in chocolate pudding. So I've been trying different chocolate. Most of it makes me sick still. The stuff on the donuts doesn't make me sick. It just makes me feel raunchy. Let's see what we're at as far as, 9% battery. We're doing good. You get to see plainly that none of these people are evil. Obviously. I complain about them. It's not about them being evil. It's about them being complacent or grossly misunderstanding. This country is a pretty fucked up goddamn place. And that's because of a lot of shitty people. There's a lot of women in this country that have been taught that it's okay for them to manipulate, to lie, to cheat, to steal, to misrepresent. There's a lot of men that have been taught the same thing. In either event, being informed that Wolnez was outside today while I was inside the store, that made it so that I could avoid further complications and more assaults. He's got a blue Carhartt hoodie, and I got a black Carhartt hoodie. Both of us are short and scrawny with big beards. Of course, he's a drug addict and I'm not. He sells drugs and I don't. The one thing that I do, and I admit to, is smoking marijuanas. I don't hide it. I don't pretend that I don't. I'm just not a big fan of marijuanas. I believe it should be legal. I believe that adults should have access to it. And to some degree, I believe that there are some children that really do need access to it. There's a lot of children with ADHD, and they're given horrible drugs like Ritalin. Ritalin fucks people up permanently. It gives them a sugar addiction that doesn't go away. Most of us who grew up on Ritalin, we get hot flashes without sugar. Our whole bodies start heating up, and our skin starts to feel weird. Well, for example, if you've ever worked in a greasy chicken as the fryer, or, a greasy line cook at all, but you're running the fryer, the way that your skin just feels icky, it's kind of like that. That's why I put 10 sugar and the raws in my coffee. I used to put 23 of them in each. But I've weaned myself down since then. Let's see if I can find my goddamn lighter, or not my lighter, but my keys, because my engine's starting to have issues. None of the people in the government that are supposed to help us are going to, without a friend or family member getting actively involved. also needs to be an involvement that allows the victim to be involved as well. Otherwise, it's table talk. It's people making decisions for me without knowing what's going on. Fucking A. Natalie Bollinger and her friends and family are horrible excuses for human beings. Then again, so are mine. My family are a bunch of completely goddamn shitty excuses for human beings. So, just some trash. Let's see. Oh, that's trash. Fucking wolnez. At least I pay attention to my goddamn surroundings. I guess we can check the Powerball numbers. I bought one Powerball and one Mega Millions. Let's see. Winning Powerball numbers.
For Powerball on November 8, 2023, the winning numbers were 14, 21, 33, 39, and 62. The Powerball number was 20. The power play was 2.
Let's see. Is this one from November 8th? No. Oh. Saturday, November 11th. So we'll find out today. And then the other one is for November 14th. Hopefully it's a winner. If it is, I got a lady I'm going to give the winner to. That way she can turn it in and distribute it. Oh, my fucking back is killing me. Let's see what we're at now. 11? No, we're at 9%. It's apparently going to stay at 9%. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to, I guess, end this video since Wolnez left. I don't see anybody else here that's a real potential threat.